You first.
I'm Tracy. I did smart schools, and I found out about it through him.
And my name is Perry, and I did smart schools, and I figured out from her ex. It doesn't take a long time either. If you put the dedication into it, like, because you want the outcome, you can get it. And it's an actual high school diploma, like, it's not a GED. So jobs look at that better. On a resume, it looks better. It's just more fulfilling. I did not go to high school. I dropped out the 4th grade.
4th grade, so not even junior high school?
Nope, dropped out in the 4th grade. Because I was homeschooled and I had 13 siblings, and I told my parents that I'm not doing this. I'm not being forced on a computer while you have fun with all of them. Like, I'm done, I know best. And coming to realize when I got older, I realized that you need a high school diploma to achieve those goals that you want, to get the job that you want, and have people look at you a certain way, like you did it. Like, and now if my son's like, well, my son can never use against me, Dad, you didn't graduate. No, I went back, I did it, we accomplished it. And towards the end of graduating, I was just like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And Tracy was like, no, you got to do it. You tried so hard.
At the end, too, he was doing 3 courses in a month.
3 courses in a month.
And he was trying to push through doing all 3. And essentially, I took over all of the childcare because I finished 2 weeks before he did. So I took over taking care of our kids because it was, he worked, he ate, I would make him something to eat while he was doing schoolwork. And he did schoolwork nonstop. And so I think the pressure started to crack him a little bit because it was all he did.
You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I think that for both of us, actually, it was a very weird experience because my family we're not very close. And I didn't complete high school because my mom signed a marriage certificate at 16 the day after I turned 16 to marry someone that I didn't know. I never thought I was going to go back because I wasn't allowed to. And by the time I left him, I was too old.
Yeah.
I was just under 21, and there's no way I would have had enough time to complete it. So I didn't even try. So I think that it was a very weird experience because especially my grandmother who raised me was very forceful with, you need to go, you need to get your GED. And I was like, there's no way, I'll never pass that. There's no way. Plus the courses are really expensive. And there was just I would have had to have sat through a course. And it wasn't an option with a GED like that. They're expensive, the tests are expensive, the classes are expensive, and I just didn't have that opportunity. So I think it was a weird kind of thing to see. We didn't have as much support as a lot of other people, but it doesn't stop you from doing it.
It was amazing. It was the feeling that you get in the room about just accomplishment.
Yeah.
You become a little tearful at the sight of knowing that you did it. This is something that nobody else can take away from you, and being able to get the opportunity to go back to school and not be like, okay, I've hit this age, there's nothing left for me after this, like there's no solution. And then you come across smart schools, and then you realize, or smart schools or grad solutions, you come across them and you realize that there is an opportunity for you to complete what you needed to complete. Like, just because you didn't complete it then doesn't mean you can't do it now. It's self-paced, it's very well explained, the courses are very well in depth. And I feel like that's important to success.
I think the biggest thing, especially I know for him, is our oldest was like, Daddy, did you see me while you were walking across the stage? Did you see me? I was cheering for you. And like for both of us, that meant a lot because he got to see that. And I know that not everybody gets that. And it was very, very special, especially for him, because my son, while being a mama's boy, loves his dad. So it was very cool.
Yes, it was.
How special.
I would have to say I'm going to try to get into trade school because college is too expensive, but trade school gives me the opportunity to do it on my time. Yeah, you can do it online, just like smart schools, but you do have to do some in-depth classes. But I have to say, before I met Tracy, I was like, I'm going to join the Army. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I want to join the Army. And she's like, you can't do that. And I thought I had no other option. Like, I was, let me see, how old was I when I got out of rehab? Like, I got kicked out of my parents' house at 18.
19?
Yeah, got out of rehab at 19. Mm-hmm. And then started my life with Tracy and had kids, had these responsibilities. I come from 13 siblings, so to me, family is everything. So whatever I can do right now to support them and make it so that she doesn't have to work, I want to do that. And I feel like trade school would be the best fit because I can become an electrician. All these high demand things, electrician, plumbing, irrigation, they're all in high demand. And then eventually I would like to start my own business.
So with having another one, where I'm going to stay home for at least a year, but while I'm staying home, I'm going to do school. So right now I'm looking at doing nursing school because I know you can do a majority of it online, but I'm going to use that time to try to further so that when he wants to do his stuff, again, it's kind of a give and take, especially with us. When he needs something, I give, and the vice versa. It's just how we make things work, especially when we have more than one kid or any kids at all. And it's tough. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't have a partner or don't have a support system at all, but even while not having a support system, it's still a very doable process. It's just something that takes longer.
When Tracy was like, okay, contact Teddy or Dawn, and like they'll do whatever they can for you, I was like, nah, no they won't. Because I have issues trusting people, and I had issues trusting people because like my mom would set me on like a computer and be like, okay, do it, don't talk to me. But being able to communicate with Teddy and Dawn, it was really meaningful for me because I could actually put what I needed in someone else's hands.
I think really that relying on the staff here and the mentor that you're given is super important. Because I think a lot of people think that it's like a teacher where they show up because it's their job. But it never felt that way. Like when things got moved around and Dawn switched positions, she still called us all the time. She was there at our graduation. I don't believe she was required to be there. I don't think there was a reason for her to be there. She went for us. And it was very, very cool. And she showed up to my baby shower, which was also very, very kind. She didn't have to do that. And so I think that you get these people in your life who aren't going to be there necessarily for your entire life, but they have this huge impact. And I think it was really important. She didn't have to do any of that, and it was very cool.
No matter how old you are, no matter what your situation is at home, no matter how in the dumps you feel, in a hole you're buried, you can always get out. There's always hope at the end of that tunnel. Like you can achieve it. It's all you have to do is put in the effort. If you put in the effort, Smart Schools will help you with the other half.
Well said. Tracy, how about you?
I would say most importantly that you're worth it.
Yep.
Because I think a lot of times you don't think about yourself, and it's not that important. I'm not worth the time. And really, that's not true. And having a high school diploma doesn't seem like a huge deal, but it really is. Because if there's 3 candidates and you're one of them and you don't have a high school diploma, they're not going to pick you above somebody else who has the exact same qualifications. So you have to make yourself important enough to try to further your life and really your career or whatever you're doing, because it will help. It's a stepping stone, but it's a stone you can't skip.
Again, well said. Good job, guys. I think we did it. Yes?
Yeah.
Cut?
I love it.
Cut? Cut. Cut.